Oh, sorry about that. Let's wait for this dragon to melt. Oh, yeah. Just waiting to kick it. There it is right there. Come on, baby. There's a top right over there. It ought to be coming right over me. This isn't a monster, but it's pretty good. Top's about 28,000 feet. Hey Zoe, how you doing? See, now here is an example, like when you're flying, like the small turboprops, twin engine airplanes, you can't get above this stuff. It's too high. This is why jet travel's where it's at. You can get above almost all weather, although lately we've had some tops on some thunderstorms that were 48, 51,000 feet, which is insane. You're not climbing over one of those. Here's the one right there ahead coming over the top. Hey Sharkles, how you doing? Hey Blue Mask, how you doing? Hi Zoe. Yeah, I do this all the time. If you look on my, I'm not suggesting you look on my channel, I never do that. But I'm really into like clouds and storms and weather. Yeah, sure. Hey Sienna, how you doing? I do this, like I'm obsessed with clouds. I think it's just the randomness. They're so like cool looking. Yeah, it's lightning bolt, yeah. I got another camera recording too. I just bought a 1 terabyte card the other day. So, right now, I mean, I can't tell because it's not close enough. That's cloud to cloud lightning. None of it's hitting the ground. I've almost gotten nailed by lightning twice. Yeah, I think this Sharky's dual. Let me tell you guys, hey Tammy, how you doing? Uh, yeah, I'd be glad to, guys, check out this Sharky's dual. I mean, you got to get lucky to, if you're trying to like build a channel, I never did that. And I got lucky in interviewing prostitutes. And that's the only reason why I got subscribers. Because most 99% of the stuff I upload, nobody watches, which I'm fine with. I never tried to, but what I'm telling you is I try to help people, like, if that's their goal. They like Poland, love Poland, great place. I love everything about Poland. Oh, you're 10 years old. Well, I'm gonna have to kick you off here because this is an adults chat, okay? Sorry about that. You're supposed to be 18. Got some great clouds coming back from Hilton Head. Yeah, it's been super hot here, 102 today. But you never know. It's interesting how storms come together and fall apart. Later I'll post a link to your channel. I'll check it out. I'll post a link to it. Yeah, my advice, which is worth nothing, just upload anything and everything all the time. If you asked me how you could get a viral video, I couldn't tell you. They just happen on their own. And then once you get where you want to be, just delete what you don't like and keep to the stuff that you're trying to get people to join your channel with. But most of it's luck. Don't get down on it. It's got nothing to do. I shouldn't say nothing, but it's very. Sorry about that. No, I don't. I think the trick to everything is just stick to what you like doing. Really have fun with what you like on YouTube, even if it doesn't apply to other people, because if you're having fun and you're doing interesting stuff, I use my channel as kind of a time capsule where I can come back and like look at things that I've experienced before. Stick what you like to do, and learn a good editing program. I use Power Director, but as you can tell, I don't edit too much. I'm just having fun. I'm not trying to be like a TV station. Yeah, but don't count on other people for your inspiration either. Just chart your own course. Don't pay any attention, good or bad. I live in Georgia. Yeah, I love Mississippi. Been all over in Mississippi. Absolutely love the whole state. The heat of this lightning can get up to 50,000 degrees. Cook you like a Christmas turkey. But one time I was in Big Bend National Park, hitchhiking through there in a tent. I had lightning strike about 10 feet away. And another time I was in my garage in Florida and struck right at the base of the garage door. If you have an aviation application right now and you look at Atlanta Airport, Hartsfield, you'll see where they've got airplanes. There's a lot of thunderstorms in this part of the state right now. They got a lot of airplanes holding. They'll fly a circle. Really, it's kind of an oval, and wait for the storms to pass and just let them shoot in between storms passing over. It's really kind of interesting. When I got my pilot's license, that was like one of the hardest things. I just had a hard time understanding his holds. I got them now, but they didn't make a lot of sense to me then. There's a meteor shower tonight and tomorrow night. Yeah, Mississippi's great. I spent a lot of time there. I love it. I've photographed the heck out of the place. I love especially Tunica, Robinsonville. It's sad how Tunica's heading south. I'll tell you, around 2000, that was the place to be. I'll tell you, it's funny about how places prosper and go south. I've seen it in my lifetime, lots of places. And I'll tell you, it's so subtle that nobody knows when to pull the plug. But there are businesses that excel at picking good locations. I'll give you an example. Tanger Outlets, Tanger. Is it G-E-R or G-A-R? Maybe it's, I don't know if it's A or E. They're a Jewish outfit that, man, they must have a crystal ball. They figure out when to leave just in time. Well, it didn't cost me anything because it happened at the store. Yeah, after I saw it, after it happened, I thought, I'm surprised that's never happened to me before. I mean, but believe me, from now on, I'll be grabbing them from the bottom. But don't worry, I bought 2 more that were left in the cooler. Never in my life have I had like an alcoholic beverage that I really sought after, except Dragon's Milk. I think it's just like the greatest beer ever. I could care less about all other beers. It's just a good tasting beer, strong, stout. Like I've realized coming out here tonight, this is like one of my favorite things to do. Lay on my couch and watch these storms come in. I just love doing this. I mean, it looks like a planetarium here at night. You know, I have no ambient outside light, which makes me wonder if the power could be off over at the neighbor's over there, because he does have a porch light and it's not on. I went to Hilton Head back yesterday. Oh, somebody asked me why I went over to Hilton Head. I'll tell you exactly. I went over there to drop off a couple dogs. You know, Marty's got houses in different places, and he's going to that world's largest yard sale, and one of the dogs is about ready to die. It's an old dog, and I don't mind taking care of it, but they're always afraid they're burdening me with stuff. So it went back to Hilton Head, and his wife's going to watch it because she's not going on the yard sale. But I'm not a real big fan of Hilton Head, and I was just there last week, and I didn't want to spend the night. The drive from Hilton Head is 236 miles, I think, and it's a beautiful drive. But the killer is the last hour from Hardyville into the island. Just traffic, slow driving. Man, I just missed. I drove. It wasn't that busy last night. I got there about 8:30, and when I wasn't there 5 minutes. I turned right around and came back. And the only reason I didn't get something to eat there was because there were a lot of good clouds and lightning flashes, and I didn't want to miss them, so I just kept coming home. But there was a big pileup right where I just passed through, like about 3 cars, which I don't know how you do with such low speeds. But there were like 4 cops there. The ambulance hadn't got there yet, but one of the cars was like pushed up on an embankment. But when you live in this section of Georgia, like where I live, Crawfordville, in between Augusta and Atlanta, anytime you go to like Florida or Hilton Head, you're always cutting across the country. You know, if you look at the main way the expressways go in the state, you know, it's north-south and east-west. And when you're going diagonally, but the drives are beautiful. Even the drive to Athens, which is 56 miles, is just beautiful country driving. No, what happened is a uh, a guy called me. You should be able to hear me good now, though. We could use the rain, actually. Just starting to rain. It's in Crawfordville, Georgia. Looks like it's dying out. Oh, that's okay here. Crawfordville, Georgia. The planes here, they're a lot of times, I mean, we get our regular routes to New York and Philadelphia, Charlotte, but a lot of the planes are international. They're going to Europe or they're going to South America. And I'm 90 miles east of Atlanta. So they're usually about 25,000 feet climbing, about 420 knots. Oh, yeah, I see some places really been getting nailed. I mean, look at poor Texas. You know, I've been out west before when they've had those flash floods. If you've never seen one, you wouldn't believe it. It looks like you filled up a giant built-in swimming pool and then made a video and fast forwarded it. It's insane how quick the water comes up and starts moving stuff. I've been in Mississippi too, Hannibal, Missouri, uh, when it's flooded along the Mississippi, and it's just like they knew it was coming. Flash flood, they really don't. Although I guarantee you, you're not going to see those flash floods drowning over 100 people at a time like you did this time. That's happened before, but this is the wake-up call on that. The thing that disappoints me is how many people still die in rip currents. Guy just drowned the other day in Hilton Head. 2 of them have drowned in the last 10 days. And Hilton Head is relatively benign compared to riptides in other places. Now, Panama City Beach, Pensacola, all the time. Usually the good stiff wind coming out of the east. You know, up in Michigan, they had kids drowned in at a state park that I live near. And to me, it seemed like these signs were in the wrong places. You know, deep water, drop-offs. And then you'd be sitting on the beach, you'd see people 200 yards up and the water would be up to their waist. So what I did, I went in the wintertime and I drilled holes in the ice and I videoed with a GoPro all the areas where the signs should be that they were not. And I told the state that this is why people are drowning. You've got the signs in the wrong places. And the next time I hear of a kid drowned in there, I'm going to contact the family. I'm going to encourage them to get there an attorney because I've made you aware of where these signs should be as opposed to where you have them. And the next spring, they changed them. So it did some good. I mean, it sounds like yeah, I know. Yeah, it happens here all the time. It's so damn preventable, too. If you look at fatalities around the water, even if it's not the kids, 90% of the time, alcohol's involved. Seriously. Whether you're out fishing, whether you're a parent, you're supposed to be keeping an eye on a kid. If I was a police chief down there in Panama City Beach, I guarantee you those damn drownings there'd be a lot less of them than there are now. Because I would make it very clear that if you're on the beach with your kids and they're out there and they're not supposed to be, or there's a yellow caution flag, and I smell alcohol in your breath, I'd want to test them. That's negligence. You can't be drinking when you're supposed to be watching kids. It's child abuse. Here, just back in April, I think it was, yeah, Panama City Beach. Mother and father were down there with their 6 kids and drowned them both. Right before I left Michigan, there was a couple, I'm assuming they were dating in their 50s. You know, when you're up around the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, that's not like what you're used to. And Lake Superior gets about 59 degrees in the summertime, which is cold. You'll die of hypothermia in 12 hours, no matter what. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? And they just don't prepare, man. You just don't realize how cold you're going to get, how soon. When you get wet, you lose heat at 250 times the rate you would if you were clothed and it was dry. You just got everything going against you. That's why you'll see a lot of old people drowned. They fall out of a boat and the water's cold. They're not strong enough to get back in it. If they don't have a ladder or a platform or a transom to stand on, they'll just hang on the side of the boat till they freeze to death. And you know, freezing isn't like literally freezing. Remember this, when you're not in water that's at least 98.6 degrees, you're slowly cooling off. That water isn't the same as your body temperature, 98.6. You are losing heat. So you can imagine what you lose in 59 degree water. And you don't need to drop below 98.6 too much to start losing bodily function. And one of those things includes paddling. And I think they should do more riptide training. We had a hurricane coming one time when I was living down in Palm Beach. And I went down there with my wife and had a rope, and I had this big like survival life jacket that you'd use like on an ocean going freighter. And I purposely gotten 2 riptides on purpose. And that thing will just drag your ass out there. There's no way you're fighting it. And then it scares you. You're swimming your ass off and you're getting further out. I had it happen twice. If I hadn't had that life jacket on, that rope attached to me, maybe not the rope, but the life jacket, I'd have definitely drowned for sure. It just wore my ass out. And I wasn't even like trying to swim like I would have been without one. And another thing I learned doing that is they had a buoy that was next to like the beach that marked a drop off. And you'd think, well, if I fell out of a boat or whatever, I'd just hold on to whatever until somebody came. Yeah, that's what you think. Not when the waves are rough. It gets to the point where you can hold on for like about an hour. And then it just wears your muscles out because it's constantly pulling in and out, tugging. And you just get fatigued. You can't hold on any longer, so you let go. Well, I think this storm is dying out. Looking pretty good there for a minute. I am going to go shut off my other camera. was hoping that'd be better, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I think it's like died out. It happens a lot. They get stronger, they get weaker, you never know. Well, I think I'm going to sign off, you guys. I was hoping to show you some good lightning storms, but I guess not. So if we get another one coming through, I'll sign back on. So have a good night.